Hey, it's Dan Morales with Homebuyer Radio. This is episode number 43. And I got this question, and I thought that this was a good question to answer. It was, hey, I get paid cash under the table. Am I able to qualify for a mortgage given the fact that I don't get pay stubs, W-2s, and good stuff like that? The answer is no, right? Let's face it, if you don't pay tax on it, I typically can't count it, right? If you're getting paid cash under the table, it's really hard to be able to qualify for a mortgage. And in all honesty, I don't do that. I pay tax on all of my income. So if you're getting paid cash under the table, it's undocumentable income. And what I mean by undocumentable is that I can't prove, where it came from. Typically going to have a hard time getting you a mortgage, right? Let me tell you that you may run into a mortgage loan officer who may tell you you can get a mortgage, maybe they do something that is just a bank statement loan or something like that where, they take your, last 12 months worth of deposits into your bank statement, and then they divide it and, use that as monthly income when they qualify you. There are some of those programs that do still exist. We don't participate in any of those programs. Normally those are programs that are, for somebody who is a tax avoider, okay? Or, maybe a little more harsh term would be a tax cheat, right? If you've got the income, you should be reporting it in your tax return. Now, let me backtrack a minute because we just talked about self-employed borrowers in a previous week. Obviously, there are some clients who are very savvy borrowers who limit their tax liability legitimately by following the tax code and taking advantage of tax rules and so on. That's totally allowable, right? I gave an example last week of a client who, paid tax on $30-something thousand, but we were able to determine cash flow of about $500,000. But he did it legitimately. He followed the tax rules and guidelines and did that legitimately and was able to still qualify for a mortgage. Okay, if you're somebody who just gets paid cash under the table and you don't report it to anybody, and all of a sudden money magically appears in your bank account, it can be really hard to get a mortgage for you, if not impossible. If you're somebody who sells stuff on eBay or Etsy or something like that, and that's where you derive your money, that's fine. You can typically document that's where it came from, and you can typically document that that's what you've done and that you have a history of doing it. You're a self-employed borrower, and you'd follow the same process as somebody who's self-employed. This week's question was really aimed more towards somebody who gets paid cash under the table. Hey, I work for this guy and he just pays me $500 a week, $600 a week, whatever in cash, and I don't get a W-2, I don't get a pay stub. Yeah, that's going to be a problem when it comes to getting you a mortgage, right? Unless you find somebody who does a program that is aimed towards something that allows for that. I would just tell you, you're going to end up in trouble. It's a matter of time, right? If you're trying to beat the system, sooner or later, it's like I used to tell my kids, you can get away with something for a while, but sooner or later you're going to get caught. And when you do, it's not going to be good, right? So I would tell you, the answer to the question is if you're getting paid cash under the table, I probably cannot get a mortgage done for you. Okay. So again, my name is Dan Morales with North Point Bank. I lend in the majority of the 50 states. You can catch me at 616-931-4629. Again, at 616-931-4629. Dan at danmorales.com. That's DANMORALEZ.com. And of course, the website is just danmorales.com. My NMLS number is 709-729. And of course, North Point Bank is an equal housing lender.